It's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep it straight. No time for living a lie. Gotta keep it moving till you get it right. That's right. It's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep it straight. No time to be living a lie. You can make it if you try. No, I heard them say life much better you live it your own way. That's right. It's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep it straight. No time for living a lie. Gotta keep it moving till you get it right. That's right. It's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep it straight. No time to be living a lie. You can make it if you try. No, I heard them say life much better you live it your own way.
What you're looking at right there on the screen right now is Context Matters Trailer Edition. Yep. This day on Thursday, Context Matters Thursday, we're gonna bust the trailer and we're gonna talk about that. So welcome to Context Matters. The date is the 20th of August, 2026. And let me tell you something. Excited to welcome everybody. If you're joining me from Reggae Global Radio, our flagship station, 15 minutes late, but guess what? We're doing what we're doing. If you're joining me from Best FM 100, many things happening in Jamaica. The time is so hot, water restriction, all of things. Big up to Natoya Bertram, Judge Natoya Bertram, TikTok Judge Daddy. Today is his birthday. So many things going on. If you're joining me from TikTok, you know how it is. We ain't going nowhere. We're staying right there. And if you're joining me from YouTube, as always, I'm happy to have you. We have many things to talk about. It's about sticking to the issues. That's what this show is about today. And even more than talking about sticking to the issues, I want to make something absolutely clear. Context does in fact matters in many, many different spheres and many different walks of life. But most importantly, while we're talking about sticking to the issues, we also have to think about discernment and obligation. I want to have a full conversation about that. But today, I must tell you, I went up to the University of the West Indies and I entered the Uverse. Let me tell you something. Exciting times in this country, seeing all the young people who form a small percentage of the Caribbean who gets the opportunity to be educated, to embark on the melting pot of the Caribbean. They will understand the significance of what the CCJ means to Jamaica. For the students who have enrolled into the Faculty of Law at the Uverse, you will get an opportunity to be educated, to form a sense of identity superior to none. Not to and congratulations to all students who find themselves at the university, any university. Let me tell you something. It is a beautiful thing. But going into the University of the West Indies, I tell you, there's a sense of joy. Found out today that so many persons would have gone through the halls of the University of the West Indies, but I was there to support the People's National Party and as the opposition spokesperson on youth and human rights. I must tell you, I was also there to encourage the young students, and I was calling out all day to my constituents who are at the campus, and I said, listen, I'm here at the UE Visions tent that is the student arm of the PNP YO, PNP Patriots, the PNP UE Visions, where leaders are made through the different halls that are on the campus. And let me tell you something. One young lady who is my constituent is going to study medicine and surgery, and she show up for her what they call it, the Google Chrome Samsung Galaxy computer. Samantha, tell Gardner to let me get the third computer. I want to show them. Yeah, and I left here and I got the computer for the US students too. And I saw one of them who was from Julian Robinson's constituency. And I said close enough because my favorite lecturer at the time when I was at the Faculty of Law was Tracy Robinson. And so she received one. What I have here is that right now, while I'm on the show, between now and the time the show done, if a student that has signed up for tertiary education, if it's even case, if you come between now and the end of the show, you will get this Galaxy Google Chromebook. Yes, it's a Samsung Galaxy Google Chromebook. And if you are a case student and you sign up for a grant and you're a part of the PNP YO or you're a part of the Patriots of Portland, before the show done, come to the PNP office, your member of parliament office right now. A TikTok giving this strictly beggings, but you're not going to start the semester with one of these. All right? Can't say me never did put it out. So they can call me after the fact and during the time. My people, believe me, no? Me I tell you no, container come. I got to send myself a request and go outside and show you what in the container. Desk and chairs for Fair Prospect and for a prime Fair Prospect High School. Desk and chairs for a primary school. We know say food items, care packages galore when this done. And some other items in there. And I'm telling you, I'm just very, very excited about it. It took a very long time, but we are here. Shout out to one of my colleagues, the senator, who is the Minister of Information, as well as, and also to ensure that I give credit to everybody who helped. Big up to all my people. And here, Tanisha, be my moderator, we live in Canada, beg me 2 mackerel out of it. So let me tell you something. General orientation at the UE morning. Let me tell you what did I go on. And my TikTok people did see me, but I stepped into the UE verse. So if you watch like the Avengers and them talk about the multiverse and all of this, well, UE-verse have that. So I step up on the UE-verse and I download some new information. So my education has just gone superior. Watch what I go on here.
Proud Pelican, so we are proud Pelican. Welcome to the University of the West Indies. Yeah. Proud Pelican. Welcome to the University of the West Indies. The best in the West, no, the best in the world, no, the best in the galaxy. Your place to rise and your place to shine and your place to be. So get ready to experience. Proud Pelican, so we are proud Pelican. Welcome to the University of the West Indies. Yeah. Proud Pelican. Welcome to the University of the West Indies. The best in the West, no, the best in the world, no, the best in the galaxy. Your place to rise and your place to shine and your place to be. So get ready to experience.
Get a sense and you get an idea. Let me tell you something, it's just crazy vibe. So to be a proud Pelican, and then there was this other machine that you to be a part of the UA vision, get into the vision and the orientation, and they had all of these technologies and the gadgets, and I'm telling you, it was like yo, when you're old, you have to just go back and learn some technology. I'm telling you, it's an experience. Youthful exuberance, they say, is wasted on the youth, you know. But I'm not telling a lie. Me that go do a degree right now just to have a rehashing of the experience, to be acculturated in modern university society is something that would be very, very interesting. I want to, tell you that from last week till now, there has been a lot of stuff that was going on. Professor, I think it's Jason Adre, if I'm saying that right, somebody can correct me. Um, Former Cambridge University professor who has unfortunately lost his life because of vitriol, cyberbullying from the UK media, and the professor from Gent University who started the allegation was suspended today and is likely to be fired. I am not going to meet with reciprocity or get into the vitriol, but sometimes your very colleagues will try to get you out. So somebody will have their eye and say they want to be the member of parliament for Portland Eastern, and they're on the other side and they start the campaign now and they call for resignation and try to soil the character. When that don't work, they do like what they did to the other member of parliament, unalive him and stuff like that. This is a real thing that happened in the world. But the colleague started the rumors about plagiarism and never allowed the young man to go through the process. He resigned and was unalive. One journalist wrote 8 articles. The average journalist wrote 9 articles. And upon his death, some wrote one, some wrote none. And there is called a thing called cyberbullying. There is called a thing called trolling. There's something called vitriol, and it comes from irresponsible journalism. Like I'm listening to persons make false allegations that I told the persons and quoted words I never said out of my mouth. I'm not going to repeat it because I don't want nobody to cut and paste. And they find justifications when persons, a common sense will tell you that somebody is putting context and doing something, and laughing at poor people, say leave people alone, and found it in whatever context. I understood the context. I don't have to accuse anybody, but to say that in this overly sensitive society where nobody stops to listen to the entire fulcrum of people's conversations, the full 2 hours of context matters. One wonders how can they form an opinion. But I realize that what many persons lack is discernment. But to start the conversation that I want to have with you, I am constrained to say that permit me, give me about 6 minutes and 25 seconds of your time to share a video about Cooper's Pen, my experience going into Cooper's Pen, knowing that the name of my press release at the time was No Notice. And it was just yesterday or this morning that a notice was put up at the Cooper's Pen property, um, in keeping with the applicable law. So you see, there's a lot of non-lawyers over there, or maybe persons who say they're lawyers, or maybe they have C degrees, or I don't know. I don't know what it is, but what I will say is that we have to understand that, listen, man, whatever it is, um, if defending people is wrong, then I don't want to be right. If doing the right thing is considered right. And you know the funny thing about it, one of the saddest situations that I've happened to experience in this ordeal is the argument of poor people, impoverished people, persons who don't form a part of the middle class or the rich class, who have found enjoyment and have entered the conversation to dehumanize, discriminate, and just totally disrespect persons who form part of the 600 squatters in Jamaica without knowing the facts. 600, a very large percentage of our population that are in housing positions, not knowing their future, and is being put through mental harassment, stress of the unknown, a version of post-traumatic slave syndrome, the genetic transference of the slave experience, and to watch if in modern times what the house slaves are doing to the field slaves and being reminiscent as if we are still in the days of old. The vestiges of slavery has reared its ugly head, and persons find it funny, and persons see it fit to say that the work that you are commissioned to do is a problem. And so they decide that they want to say, I spend all my time on TikTok, but then when I do go to Cooper spend, them say, you go down there with your empty hand. No. My skill and my profession and my practicing certificate is that I went down there as a human rights attorney. Blossom, I'm going to call you. I know you're watching Context Matters. Blossom, your issue won't be like what happened in Cooper Spain. You're in Luidersville, but you have lawyer. You are protected. Fret not thyself, I soon call you. But I'm saying to you, you cannot stay far from the issues. I'm going to take this opportunity to share with you, and having laid the context from what I experience. Soon come.
Where's the heart of the people who are supposed to be caring for the people? Yes. Where are they who are supposed to be sent to you? Okay, we have a solution despite the fact that you are not where you are supposed to be at the moment. Yes. Yeah? But as human beings, this is what we are going to do to try and resolve the problem and get a better solution to the situation that you are in, including me. Because guess what? As a people, you would have voted for somebody with an expectation to get something out of it, because nobody is doing nothing for nothing. You're expecting something when you do something, yeah? And people are hard working in this community, just as anywhere else in Jamaica, yeah? And this is where they earn their livelihood, from the gutters over here, right along the North Coast. Yeah. Yes. And if you are you're a born Jamaican, yeah, how is it that something can happen to you so devastating and it appears as if it's nothing? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Where's the humanitarian side of us? Where's the heart that you have in doing something like this to another human being? Had it been your sister or brother this morning, how would you have reacted? Right. Tell me how you would have reacted in a situation like this.
They want to this thing, give me one. I lick down my good house, man. My boy alone to me. See that? Come in, boss. This thing, give me. Be eat. My daughter can't turn in.
To come and see my brothers and sisters be placed in tent during hurricane season is unacceptable, and I don't want that to be lost. This is not just about property rights. They are human rights, and every Jamaican, the least among us, deserves that. Thank you.
Then they will like we are a human being. Then they will rush.
What has happened here is a calamity, a humanitarian calamity. And the first priority must be to restore the lives of the households who have had their homes destroyed yesterday.
When they just come in with bulldozer and come down house, and they don't tell nobody say they must come and no notice or nothing at all like that. So they just contrary, and then they go pick them up to go back to school and them things, you see me? Them the thing they just mess up people brain. Storm come under there and mash down people. People just try to get back on foot, you see me? And just come in and shoot down everything, and boy, I don't know right now there somebody are afraid. So I don't know where next move over. Glad someone come and today. You see me? So we just respect and give thanks to that. You see me? I say?
These tents appear to be the tents that were donated by the Japanese government for the people for Hurricane Melissa.
Yeah, who needs it?
That is a government, daddy. It's not for the people, daddy. Because no leader, not treating people, daddy. Just like a shepherd having sheep.
If a man got out in the sheep and make sure them well fed, huh? So man not feel that. Because if a lease come say to him, say, boy, I know say want to land or whatever, I go sometime I find something. Alright, I know you can move and find place. But can give you a spot and give you a time for that. Yeah.
This matter deserves national attention and international attention. And what we see here, as the leader said, is calamitous.
Yo man, see how me yard in there, so. Me house I first house them push down. See me yard in there, so. Me have my 2 room and bathroom and kitchen, then push it down. Push it down, brother. How me going to, me can't work, me can't go work. How me I go work, how me I go live, how me I manage, how me I go do. And my neighbor house, that's all. Beg me have to beg them, say, I can't much down in my house, the one thing them night. And then take out one TV and one bed and push down your side. Everything else sink. And this is the same line now. How you use them in there and give you 10 for put. What makes sense?
I am on location, and as I said, I am the opposition spokesperson on youth and human rights. Anything that happens across Jamaica, it touches and concerns the Constitution. In the situation here that we're dealing with, there is a particular section in the Constitution that talks about the horizontal application of human rights. The court is always has its duty to balance the rights of persons. From limited information, we know that there was no demolition order. So the questions that arise is the level of participation from the Jamaica Constabulary Force, which give rise to breaches of rights to privacy, family life, breaches of the false imprisonment, the right to freedom of movement, the right to suspension of liberty. All those issues are human rights issues that has to be addressed. The most important and paramount aspect of everything that happens here is the stripping of human dignity, which the government always has an active duty to restore. Such a restoration, you must imagine that there is something fundamentally wrong, that persons were living in concrete homes and are now faced with living under tents. This is a rehashing and a reliving of, if you want to call it, the Melissa experience. But we should move away in turning persons into homelessness. And yes, it is a hot topic about adverse possession, about squatting. And I won't back down on the issue of squatting, because the law allows for squatting. It is called adverse possession for uptown people. The matter notwithstanding ventilated in the court, there are several legal issues that I'm not here to criticize, but to say that in all we do as a nation, we must focus on respect for human rights and the human beings. The least among us, if we're disrespecting them as a nation, we're going to just be defeating ourselves. Member of Parliament for Trelawney, the relevant area, has said that the demolition will continue. The notice is now up. The notice that I said wasn't given is now up. So all the legal luminaries that say, when me I said them did get notice 10 years ago, they're now complying with the law and have issued the notice, big on the property, and many other issues on the legalities of that and the effects of those who didn't receive it for the first 20 houses. And it's a sad day because many persons are in limbo now. The crane and the bulldozer and this will come at any time. And I will just say, today for you, tomorrow for me, it can happen. There are 600,000 persons who can be displaced at any time. As a solution, as a government that is a caring government, what is it that we are supposed to do? And individually, as we assess the rights of the individual, we have a lot of work to do as a nation. I maintain that for the first 20 people who lost their house, the government, the right thing to do for the government is to give them back their houses, because the process was flawed. and it is going to be on taxpayers' money. And I'm not going to use this moment to criticize, defend, or ventilate issues that are non-issues. Sticking to the issues is paramount. This PR stunt that government officials are using to gain political points is completely unacceptable and has no place in law. And I will say to any one of them, notice with all the lawyers that are on the Jamaica Labour Party side, they use a non-lawyer to make calls to use PR for cyberbullying, trolling, and unintentional or intentional disrespect to sway the minds of the people when they're getting messages that is beneficial to them. But we don't stay on those things. What I will say though is education matters. The youth of this country will realize why it is important to be educated, but generally educated. I was happy when I got to, let me tell you something. I got to the Royal PC in Tropical Plaza, and once again, the private sector is always supporting my innovative ideas, because big up to Royal PC, they gave me this additional Google book because they see what going on TikTok, and them say, you're not easy, I cannot believe that you raise two of these things knowing that you're going up to UE to the student orientation. And yeah, my big medical student coming out of Portland Eastern. Syria, my big her up, the opposition leader today, gave her Google, her Galaxy Chrome Google Go book. And may I tell you, we're at it. We're not gonna stop. Feeling very, very good, very excited about it. Samantha. So right here at the MP office, I said a while ago, because I always want to know if my constituents are watching on TikTok. When you miss it, you miss it. The student is here. We're ready. She camera, or he or she's camera ready? Ready. Come right here. Me should have known, say all you. Where are you on TikTok? All right, come over and come around here. No, just come around here. Say hi to TikTok. Say hi to Context Matters. You're on Reggae Global Radio. You're on Best FM 100. You're on YouTube. You're on TikTok. Tell them where you're going. Tell them what you're studying, and tell them how you're here fast to come to my office. Y'all know where the MP office there for come pick up your Galaxy Chromebook, courtesy of Royal PC Computers, Tropical Plaza in Kingston. Talk to them. Okay. All right, go ahead. But more on them see you in here too. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so yeah, it's seen on
everybody. Yes, man,
okay.
Go on.
Okay, so firstly, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Sashane Brown, a new student at the University of the West Indies. I heard about the computer by 2 ways is live and is personal assistant, of course, and I basically jumped to the opportunity because, it's something that's been going on in Portland.
Mm-hmm.
It's been looking after the young.
So why are you studying at UE?
I'm studying at UE because I'm doing international relations and diplomacy.
Also, are you them going to hire for talk to Donald Trump?
No comment.
No comment. All right. Well, anyway, just to let you know, we're doing this TikTok thing right now. And the people tap up the screens, they send the liars, and they send this. The TikTok said, "I'm not seeing you," and them say it's not fair. It's for them gifts, so especially.
Hi everybody, thank you.
And I'm giving it to you. And this one in particular came from Royal PC. Were you at UA, you would have gotten it. So what is for you? What God have planned for you? Let no man part it. So all the best. Royal PC.
Okay, thank you to Royal PC.
Tropical Plaza
for the computer.
All right. And all the best.
Thank you.
All right, later. You see? So I saw it go. I'm always happy. This is what we do. And I'm sure when Sunday come, the other students are problems now, because generally I don't give away laptops, And you see when you start up, me is a tablet man. And a second is from primary to secondary. But see, she found her way here, and me tell you, a case me did say me that I go get to, but guess what? You see through them uicated, them know for find them way, and it is what it is. So that is it. Always reaching out to the youth of Portland Eastern. All that I do is for you. I know a lot of stuff is in the container for back to school, and the back to school continues different from the back to school vouchers. We have the books and the bags and all of that. We had a very successful back to school medical in Mansionil. A back to school medical was done at the Prospect Division. I know the Lions Club did one in Port Antonio. I'm constrained to say that I need to do one in the Fellowship Division. And may I tell you, I hope the trailer unloads while we're on Context Matters, so that you guys can see all the goodies in there. But Fair Prospect, some decks and chairs is here for you, and the bulk of them will be coming in December. But I must tell you this, something has to be done about the system. And I heard the Prime Minister talking about making the system efficient and effective, and ensure, taking out this chopper behavior, chopping the line and nepotism that comes with it. It was an absolute nightmare for me to clear the container. If I have any more gray hairs in my beard, it came because of the clearing of the container. And anybody that has been listening, it was more difficult to clear the container than it was to beg fish wires from the Minister of Agriculture. I'm serious about it. So I can say officially that I thank the Ashe Foundation out of California. I thank Mia Saka. I thank Guide Outreach and the Pennant Foundation as foundations in the United States to ensure that these things get here. But the fact that it took me and TikTok to clear the container, and me not thought, listen to me, they charge me so much money. $1 million to customs, $1 million for the first me ever hear demurrage charge. That I call the container sit down there, not because of me, because of them. Forever, and even I'm going to pay demurrage charge twice, and pay detention fee, storage fee. And if you ever know, if you know where 1 gig is, they spin me like gig and spin me like yo-yo. I'm going to sit down in a child diversion. I'm going to say, Minister of Information. I say, Minister, Lord Minister. She said, Isaac, what do you? I say, Minister, help clear my container. She said, what, I said, the container don't clear. She said, still? She said, stay right there. And she walked me through the process. Yes, not chat people business. And the Minister of Education know how I'm passionate about Fair Prospect High School. And she made sure that her team did all they had to do to get that container out. And it still was difficult. As the minister turned her back, then make my life hard again. Yeah? So I just need to make that absolutely clear. Absolutely clear. And while I'm having a non-political moment, I'm going to ask the political Christmites to refrain from commenting and texting foolishness. This is about children. This is not about politics. It's about education, something that has eluded majority of you. And if you had any dignity and any sense of pride, you would understand how important it is for us to ensure that the next generation is better than us, even more through education, so that the innovators and the inventors coming out of Jamaica can leave a mark on the world that is beneficial to us, so that they can go out in the world and be a part of the companies, both private and both government in other countries, and they can get the charity back to us, because we're a third world countries. We are a country that relies on charity, and the member of parliament for Portland Eastern is an effective beggar. So me might not have the money for get what I want, but ask me for it and me go beg it for you. And one container down, and I'm telling you, the medical container is coming. More beds and more medical equipment for Port Antonio. And I'm saying this in the context of what? When the trailer come, we talk more about it. When we go into the unloading segment, the medical container is coming. And today a young man called me and he says, MP, are you busy? I said, yes, I'm busy. MP, I need to talk to you, but I heard the tone in his voice. And I said to him, what's wrong? He says, MP, I think that my stepfather had a heart attack. Him dropped down and I rushed him to the Port Antonio hospital. And when I got there in my car, he says it's an emergency. And the medical staff said they're not touching the body. They came out, he was in the car, and they said the man was dead and they would call the police. His gripe was that they didn't take him into the hospital. They didn't put the thing that goes yang, 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 pishung, pishung. That's a shocking thing with the pad. When you go into Grey's Anatomy and you go to the medical movies and them say, take him in, start, clear his shirt, and then rip the shirt and then go, psh, psh. I'm not a medical doctor, so I still don't know what it is, but them shock you back to life. And he believes that had the defibrillator, yeah, he felt that if his stepfather had gotten the defibrillator or the thing that gets you back to life, that his stepfather would be alive. And he was hurt and cried. And he says that if he had the power, he would take his entire family out of Jamaica and take them to America, because there's no humanity left in Jamaica. And I felt his pain. And then he says, MP, thank you for listening, because I had no one else to call. He also was hurt because after half an hour, he had to call the police. And he says he felt like the medical staff lied to him because the police said that nobody called them. And I guess they came and the process, but he was traumatized. And I'm speaking about it because you see, Port Antonio Hospital, the medical staff there is given water, basket to carry water. It's a C-type hospital. It's not like the University of the West Indies or what Cornwall Regional Hospital is supposed to be, or what Spanish Town Hospital will be when their new building is complete. It's an archaic building that has excellent staff, but no facilities to do all of those things that I was telling you about. I wonder to myself if they have a defibrillator, if they can play Grey's Anatomy, if they can play New Amsterdam, if they have the technology. And I said the vision is that, believe me, if me sneeze too hard, me jump up myself and tell my driver we're taking a journey into space if we have to, but we're leaving Portland and we're going to the nearest hospital where or the parish that have a hospital that can possibly save you. In my case, Tony Twait's Wing seems to be the only place. But allow me to tell, because medical associates are for the rich people. They you have to have a whole heap of money for that. But anyway, but the idea of medical treatment and where our health system needs to be, I'm not making no criticisms. I'm just saying, can you imagine that a citizen of this country would feel that way? In 2020, sometime in June, during COVID, one of the most beautiful women that I can go to memory lost her life as a young mother, Jodie Ann Ferron. And she died helpless on the hospital floor at UWI. And I was mad at the then minister, And him did cuss me and say him not take no talk from me. And a whole lot of things happened. Peyton Grace, the child, look how much years later, and she's with her grandma. And it's just one of those sad stories. But many other times, the maternal death, when I hear of this young mother who was telling people I need to go do the ultrasound or the MRI, and them just keep looking at me and taking blood, and they're not carrying me to do it. And then she died from a septic shock. And when these things happen, I feel helpless because humanity is lost. Her right to life breach taken away from her, and somebody in the name of the Hippocratic oath is not going to want to compensate them when the questions asked, did she have to die? And yeah, in America, there was an accident that took place in Trelawney, and two if I'm allowed to say this, two well put together young people were in a RAV4. I think that's what the vehicle is called. And boy, it crushed up and fold up when it went head on to a truck. In America, all when you get crushed up, them carry you in them hospital, New Amsterdam, and the doctor them said so, poop, 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 poop. And they said, I can save him. And I said, what are we gonna do? And I said, let me tell you, give me 10 units of blood, stat. Bring me the bionic fingers. And there's this innovation over there in Denmark. Send for the doctor. Beat me up, Scotty. We're going to fix him. You can't die. Let me try. Bring the defibrillator. Put it all together. And then reconstruct your face. Give a new leg. Them amputate with them amputate. Them all send for one heart transplant, one brain transplant, give a new face. Everything in a foreign. And them save you. And then when you get saved, hear you, I'm gonna sue. I had you not resuscitate. Why did you save me? I want $30 million. That's America. In Jamaica, you hear the video. Take her up now. You probably can still save her. No, I'm saying off a touch her. You don't see that dead. You don't see the marrow upon the ground and them roll out. Oh, just blow it, man. Them did not go on too fast. Yeah, man, that one they go buy them license. Them gonna buy them license, man. You see why them are gonna change the road traffic. They're not a behavior. Blow that, man, that blade out. Up in the truck back. That's the reality that we live in, and that's why there's no respect for human life. There's no respect for human dignity. And we are so performative that we don't even have the facilities to try. You hear me? To try. So much so that when you do try, you actually deserve a national honor just for trying, because we're so lacking in everything. And so that's why when I'm in Portland Eastern bringing the heat, health, H is the first thing, because without health, your life is diminished. The quality of life is diminished. So we have to ensure, and it's a team effort. The Alligator Head Foundation has paid for the shipping of the bed right here in Portland Eastern. I got commitments from Sandals, the charity, to assist. I got commitments from many other persons, but when I get the written commitment, I will talk about them. And there are persons who started to help but decided that they're not going to help, because for many other reasons. And that's fine. Moral Foundation, big up yourself. Pennant Hill, Guide Outreach, Ashi Foundation, and many other persons, the diaspora, especially you, because we have come together in a way, an understanding that is each one teach one, and it's to help our brothers and sisters. And the word that I want to share with you, make no mistake, is discernment. Listen, people, I just run off my mouth, me are telling you something. The word is discernment, and I'm sharing with you. Yes? Hear me out now. Wow, there's so much people. There's so much people. I don't understand. Right. So, discernment. Hear me out now, because I have it here. Discernment and its meaning. It's the ability to judge well, right? So, astonishingly, in Jamaica, we have a lack of discernment, even through our leaders, even through our journalists, through a lot of the institution, right? And so you see the true meaning, right? So I always go here, and I can't. I have to say this. So the spiritual gift of discernment helps the body of Christ distinguish between true and false messages by assessing whether words claim to be from God align with what God has revealed to us through His Word. So there is an accessibility that through or a realization that through discernment, what you tend to find is that it has many different things. Yeah, it's the emergence of spiritual abilities, the ability to assess correctly, see reality, consider effects, thoughts, words, deeds. That's discernment. When you exercise life, or you follow life, understanding discernment, yes, you can juxtapose that with those people who are obligated to push an agenda. So discernment is the ability to distinguish between right from wrong, true or false, primary, sticking to the issue, versus secondary, orbital, side issues, essential versus optional. There are things that are essential, like people need houses, as opposed to things that are optional. Yes. So you need, people must understand these things. And so I want people to have an understanding about what it is that we are trying to get to, right? The idea that people must know what is essential. I believe for women, children, girls who are in adolescence, hygiene for both girls and boys. But the essential items for survival, when you're surviving, we must know what those are. In Maslow's laws of hierarchy says that food, clothes, and shelter are essential items. I suppose when you're homeless, essential items is toothbrush, food and care package, toothpaste, soap are essential. Non-essential are things that are optional. And we have gotten there, and we understand that. But we have to know the difference between reality and falsehood, insight, intuition, sensitivity, spiritual intelligence, maturity, awareness, perception, and sophistication. I was listening to Lisa Hanna, and she says, listen, one of the things, is knowing that you can care, but you don't have to carry. I can care, I can feel your pain, but we not carry nobody baggage. Discernment. Yes? Not feeling obligated to take up people's mess. Learning what part of growth is discernment. So don't feel like you discard people because, or people become less effective because they walk away. Sometimes walking away is discernment. So you don't have to take disrespect from all walks of people. So, but at the same time, discernment is knowing when to do so. Because one thing I learned, and I spoke about it, if you read the story of Daniel, and you would hear about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and how Nebuchadnezzar built this huge statue of gold and say, worship it in his image. People them say, no, me have discernment, a God me I deal with. Now worship your idols, me now follow the majority, and me now go, I have internal locus of control and my connection to God. I am not going to be like the other people and descend into blasphemy against the God, the true and living God. And Daniel interpreting dream, and that king experienced prosperity, but stubborn and want to make it about himself. And the story of Daniel, the generations of Nebuchadnezzar fall. And even when the what Perusians or whatever they want to call themselves come and conquer the kingdom from Nebuchadnezzar's son who died. Dream interpretations, and Daniel outlived them 70 and 10. And him have the dream about the lion, and the lion had wings, and the wings were stripped. And then the beast had the ribs in his mouth, and he too was cut down. And the four-headed leopard with the wings, and watched north, south, east, and west. But then God conquered, and there were 14 chairs there. And I wondered what was the meaning of 14. I've never saw that number before. But then I remember that Jesus had 12 disciples, and they represent the 12 personalities. But the most significant one was the Judas, the doubting Peter, doubting Tom, and the denying Peters. The people around you who will want to replace you. The people around you who won't accept. Because a king means nothing if his kingdom don't have people to rule. So if people are going to treat 600,000 human beings as if they are nothing, you detach from God. Doubting Thomas. Yeah, man. But I must say this, for those who want to sell you out for 30 pieces of silver, it is significant. Because when famine come on the land, when destruction, and when God decides that he's going to strip you of your kingdom, and this is for leaders, political leaders, and why you mustn't mistreat people, and why when you're put there to serve, you will serve. And one thing I can tell you, no one can say that I am not doing my work, because I stay doing it. You may be able to call me careless. You may be able to say that I am common. But Acts 10 verse 15 says, what God has blessed, let no man call it common. When God has put his hand on you and bless you and elevate you for your oppressors, your suppressors, your competitors to see, no one can compete against that. God himself. And I can only depart that and share the wisdom and let you know about discernment, because right in real time, before they came for me, and there's a famous poem called When They Came for Us. First it was the Jews. When Hitler did that, people laugh at them. It was the Israelites, the Hebrews, and people were laughing. For 400 years, it was the Africans, and they were misplaced, sent through the Middle Passage, and we are descendants of people who don't even know our names, so that Disney could make a show and say, Simba, remember who you are. And then they came for us, and it is the Rastas, it is the Muslims, it is the minority groups, and people laugh. It is the squatters today, but it may very well be you tomorrow. So have compassion and empathy and understand discernment, right from wrong, so we can have a national conversation as to it, as to why is it that God is the ultimate power. So if it call on my heart to preach, it's because my experience from God. And I will always put that knowledge onto people and let them understand. If you don't understand something, you know what, I went to Mr. Abrams, and I see his son in the newspaper, and he writes great articles, Dr. Abrams, but I was taught by your father. And he had right up in his extra lessons, one of the reasons why I am so well versed in the English language and literature is because of Father Abraham, so that me call him. And he had it right up in his classroom. Ask questions. You will learn by asking questions. this thing about interpretation. You know, there's a whole course at the law school about interpretation, legal drafting, and statutory interpretation. In fact, if you want to be a minister of religion and you go to the United Theological College or the United Theological Seminary, and I went to UTC, there are courses called Old Testament interpretation, New Testament interpretation, and Christology, the life and teachings of Jesus Christ. And why am I telling you all of this? Because if you do not know what somebody is doing, if when they did grow up, when I grew up, they did have a show called Karate Kid. And Daniel's son used to get beat up, and Mr. Miyagi, him said, teach me karate. Mr. Miyagi said, go shine the car. Wax on or wax off. Him said, go paint the fence. Up, down. Never even know, say him learn karate, and he was frustrated. And so it's those within the knowledge, the people who escape Plato's allegory of the cave. Do not be persons in the cave or crabs in the barrel that looking at shadows in the wall or hands as they come to extract. Escape your mental slavery. Escape your local prison, whether it be your neighborhood, your lane, your street, your church, your school, your college, your institutions that are dumbing you down. Rise up, black man. Open your eyes. Have discernment. Learn by yourself. Morality, integrity. Integrity is doing the right thing when no one is watching. There's no such thing as moral integrity, you know. It's just right or wrong, not public perception and public opinion. None of what I'm saying is political. At some point, you have to stop and say, but is this right though? Should the people at Cooper's Pen, even if you think they're the worst of the worst, should they be homeless without the intervention of government? Not then, no, because I cannot account for anything government has done. I cannot take credit or blame for anything government has done. So the difference between me and the Prime Minister is he said them things that did happen before him born and he was little when it happened. These things take place before I was ever contemplate or had a thought about being in government. And I want people to understand that I don't know what other administrations did. I don't care about PNP and JLP when it comes to the lives of the people. Yes? I don't care about the container coming up. The container come. When the things are done, container come. And no space to up on the road. But let me tell you something about discernment. When I tell Reese that the container come, when I tell Reese that the container come, breaking news, the container drop a Portland Eastern, the container come, we're going to look where in there. Yes, man, arriving. But again, may have a trade a load of food, down at office for clear off, the custom don't get their money and, no. Anyway, school items and all these things. When you see my excitement, it's natural. It's natural. Yo, TikTok, we did it. TikTok, my gifters, we did it. Container, come. You think it take little boy for do that? You think it take a little bit of gifts to do that? Trending, yeah, ranking, skanking, ranking sweet. Everybody wanna feel irie. How am I do this now? What am I gonna do? Walk with my laptop? I don't know what I do. Hold on. Yeah. So the point I'm making, and I just want people to understand this, is that we must we must be able to Oh, no, it's not the laptop. I am going to do it here. I'm gonna join StreamYard. Yeah. So again about discernment. Um, hold on, I saw it. Huh? Yeah, man, I come in. I want to come out and say that your browser has blocked the mic on the phone. When the mic not get the context matters, but we're going out. Is this right though? Am I not supposed to? Hold on. They will need to connect their mic cam before you can add them. I need to connect my mic and my cam before I can add it. I don't even want to hear that. So the container. Gardner, I'm live, So Reggae Global Radio. Tell him to come and use to man the TikTok camera, please, because it's really TikTok need to see it more than anybody else. Gardner, yeah, use carry this with you. And when we sort this out, I finish my show. Yeah, so live right now in Portland Eastern, the container drop desk and chairs for Fair Prospect High School. The first set coming down, as well as some other desk and chairs for a particular primary school, and the rest will be coming in December. Food items and other items, back to school items, which I'm going to allocate to the fellowship division. I am extremely excited. Again, big up to the TikTok crew, big up to the diaspora, big up to the foundations, the Ashe foundations, everybody who made this possible. I'm very excited because I'm not 1 year as a member of parliament yet, but I know that my intentions are good for the people of Portland Eastern, and yeah, this is what it is about. Today has been a blessed day. 3 Google Chrome Galaxy book, which are laptops, have been given out to students at the University of the West Indies. 2 of them from Portland Eastern, 1 from the office, a medical student, and a science student from Julian Robinson's constituency. And I'm telling you, that's what life is about. I just want to say that discernment. I'm not coming off of discernment because I really want people to understand that this thing is a very significant thing. We oftentimes don't understand the importance of all that we are doing in life, generally. And I just want to say that we just have to continue doing all that we need to do for the people of everybody's excited. So it's big things right now in Portland for just the things that we need to do in this place, and I'm very happy about it. I think more than anything, that's what I need to say. Always. Let me see. Hold on. Mirror camera. How do you get access to the camera? Yeah, but definitely just to be able to go through that is an achievement in and of itself. So I've been talking about this. I was just as excited about. I was just as excited. Let me tell you this. I was just as excited about the fish wires after waiting for it, and it happened. And that's definitely what it is about. And just know that that's how these things happen from time to time. So Yeah, we are going to go outside now to see what's happening in real life, lifetime. So we are outside. Yeah, the container is here. Like I said, technology. Yeah, so we are outside. We're just waiting on the container to open. Oh, this which way? This way. Yeah. So we wait on that to see what's inside. Who gonna open it? Me supposed to open it? If so, a joke can't make me just want it open before my show done. Oh, that's everything I unload here. Okay. All right, so when them turn it, I will come back. Outside hot. But yeah, we it took a very long time for this to happen, but hopefully before the show ends, you guys will be able to see what's in it. But we're here at the office of the Member of Parliament for Portland Eastern. Just let me show you so you understand. We're right down here in Portland and we touched down. Who that right there? So who is that? Yes, man. And so just some logistics. And when they work it out, we're back at it. As they turn the camera, the trailer around, we will look at some of the things that's coming out of the container. But I mean, I know what's in there, but I want you to see for itself, and very very excited about that. Look, it's so nice to see. Imagine that. Yeah. And so that's just basically what's going on right now for what we are doing for people to appreciate more than anything that it's a lot of work as an opposition MP, just making sure that we get stuff done for the people. And I can tell you, the food items, very significant all across Jamaica, whether there is Melissa, whether there's a disaster or not. It's almost like through sickness and through health, we have to make sure that our people are okay. We have that we have a duty to do that, and that's definitely what I can tell you that I have been doing, and I have ensured that the persons from time to time, they come to the office, and when we're ready, we go out into the field, and we give out the care packages to the councillors or to the council caretakers, and it's a never ending process. So this cannot take place, or it cannot happen without the diaspora. It cannot happen without charity. And wherever you are in the world, wherever you are in Jamaica, if you're in a better position, and it's strength in numbers, I know no other policy, I know no other school of thought than the utilitarian thought process to say the greater good for the greater number. And a part of that is to exercise equity. And so the greater amounts of people that we feed, clothe, house, and stop talking about people poor and lazy and worthless, those are negative words that we put onto our people. And I can tell you, I had a conversation during what people don't understand, that health is wealth. So through my morning exercise routine that I have been sharing with other persons that ask me to share it, we have the conversations about affirmation, about anchoring your expectations on God. And during these morning talks, many things we try to ventilate. And it is through those we had a conversation yesterday about loneliness. And we say you can be around a lot of people and still be lonely. You can be married and still be lonely. you can have the biggest job and the greatest career. You can sell out, like Massacre just sell out, Barkley said, and you could be lonely. And other persons, you could be Burner Boy or Tyler. You could be, I'm not putting loneliness on them. I'm saying you could be anyone around a lot of people. You could have been on a team that just recently won the World Cup or won the 4x4 relay or 4x1. You could have won a gold medal. You could won a Grammy and still be lonely. And the response to that is God's response. God said charity, giving, be selfless, be the best you can be to humanity. Because after procreation, your purpose in life is to advance the whole human race. Yes. They're opening. They're ready now? Yeah, I'm turning. All right, but all right, come in right now. Okay. Yeah. So want people to understand that and to appreciate the importance of that. Well, I think this is it. Yeah. Right. And so, I forgot both of them? No. Okay. Oh, what? Open it? What am I doing with this? Yeah. Right. So we know, waiting to see the opening. So you will see it first. Everything is in the container. I'm not just making that's Orion right there. Orion Bowler. One Orion for the half. Yeah, so Orion is actually here and he was responsible for going down there for the last 2 months. Every day for the last 2 months. Ensuring that they get the right. But there's a story in the Bible, Jesus and the virgins. And Jesus said 7 of them had oil in them lamp and the next never have it. I mean, I tell you, them say, yeah, them a come. We were like chicken little. The sky is falling because the people were here to clear the container and they never believed that it was coming. And so it is now. So 2 hours of driving. Yeah. So that is the basics. Oh, is that live? Oh, because I hear a feedback. Yeah. So that's definitely what it is. So right now, I guess they doing some checks and balances and writing up in. But I'm telling you, everything is a process and everything is paperwork heavy. But all right. See, the police just passed. No pepper spray was deployed by the passing of the JCF as the container is awaiting to be opened. But certainly for the most part, container land, So that's Jero there. But yeah, we patiently await for the container to be open. And we want it. Blessings. All right. Yeah. And so who's opening it? No, we need to open it. What do you mean? Yeah. So 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 definitely that is what is happening. So if you are tuned in, Reggae Global Radio, if you're just joining from Instagram, if you're joining from YouTube, if you're joining from Best FM 100, we were talking about discernment versus obligation and context matters. I am suggesting to the people of Jamaica that we exercise discernment when dealing and thinking about the choices that we make, how we pass judgment, what is the correct judgment. And here it is right now. See for yourself after months of TikToking and months of charity, begging, vision, discernment. what you see right here, so is the container for the people of Portland Eastern. And Reese, more about my money cause see the something them there, it reached before yours on Amazon. Yeah, Reese tell me that I had to buy. Hold on, when I'm gonna show you. Reese say I had to buy this. What's it called, Reese? Yeah, stanchions for the Ice Up Buchanan night football week. But then them reach before the ones on Amazon that we had to buy. They didn't believe that the container was coming. They didn't know it was gonna happen. But it is here right now. And see, as you can see right up there, desk and chairs and office chairs. I really the food me I look about, because I want to cook some mackerel tonight. Yeah, but just to say, we now await the assistance of all who said they were going to unload the container so that we can get this done. So um, it is here, desk and chairs for Fair Prospect High School. The food is at the back. Yeah, and the food is all the way at the back. So you will see the video next week, I guess, but as I said, promise made, promise kept. Fair Prospect High School. Some of you will have desk and chairs when you go back, and the rest will come at the end of the year because we have to work out the red tape, the clogs and the fetters that prevent us from getting proper education. So TikTok, tap up the screen and share the live on these things. Send some more lines so we can do that. But a TikTok do that. So all those people that say we waste our time, this is what it is when you understand how to digitally use the economy, the digital economy. And that is why the DEEP program is being launched in Portland Eastern in September. 20 students will get the opportunity. Yes, 20 students will get the opportunity to participate in the DEEP program. So you definitely understand where I'm coming from with that. And I just not gonna use up all the time in the manner that you just saw a while ago. And so I'm definitely excited about that. Yeah. So appreciate when I tell you my Portland family that I'm very excited about what's happening here. Believe me when I tell you, for many reasons, for several reasons, and a part of charity is ensuring that when you do go out and you make your pitch and you're doing everything that similarly when the charity is received, the people who it's intended for gets it. So there'll be a process now to ensure that when it comes to the care packages, the food, when it comes to desk and the chairs, that they immediately get to as early as tomorrow. I'm going to ensure that without some elaborate handing over ceremony, because we would have gone to Fair Prospect and we would have have refurbished and put together 2 reading rooms, which we want to outfit with computers, desks, chairs, all of that. And we actually have some of the computers. So we're doing that to enhance the learning experience at a school that has been experiencing name calling and vitriol. I'm going to trust me, we have ambitions to make it the champion of Jamaica, the Teachfield of Jamaica, and want that for our children. And that's a part of my mission to ensure that the quality of education, we want to see the ones and the twos, We don't want when CSEC finish with the 6 and 7s. I didn't even know that they give out those grades. 5 and 6 and those things. So we want the best for our children. And yes, the roof of the school is ready for the furniture because the 2 rooms that those furnitures are going, we made sure we did all of that inside and outside, changing the roofing, all of those things. And it was a part of a Canadian, the diaspora from Canada, and Yvette. Shout out to her and all of the organizations that came together, and they donated, and we finished that. Antonio Thomas, the CDF officer, and the many other persons. Kern, even there was one man who, I must tell you, he unfortunately lost his life for some health reasons, and many persons work hard to ensure that the children have a better experience coming this September. And I'm just happy that I'm just absolutely happy. I'm live, aren't you coming to see me tomorrow? Yes, I'm live. I'm live right now on Context Matters. All right, later. Yes, I don't forget. Yeah. To ensure that we do all that we have to do for the future of Portland, Eastern, and by extension, the rest of Jamaica. You would understand and appreciate that it takes a lot of teamwork. It takes under heavy criticism and misrepresentation and targeted media vitriol to ensure that persons disassociate so that it can hurt the people of Portland, so people can say, I told you so. There's a much more, so we have to stay focused, exercise discernment, and stick to the issues. It's now 5:37, and as I said, this container is just the start of many great things. This year I was able to provide hospital beds for the Port Antonio Hospital. My vision and my mission is to ensure that we change out all the beds so they do have the electronic beds. And I'm not gonna back down from that. And there are many targets that I set for myself. I have my own report card on what an MP is to do, regardless of if his party is in government or not, and the type of advocacy that is required of a member of parliament in and outside of parliament. Trying to use the Context Matters platform, use the TikTok, as it is my mandate to ensure that young people are involved and what it is. And I've done the research through the DEEP program, and what people might think is bagger and common behavior is a language that they will not understand. No, I've been in other spaces. When I became an attorney at law, I used the media and persons criticize it, and now they are all on the media. And it is important that we understand the vision. Like when the People's National Party, today I stood at the university as a young man who was educated by some of the greatest minds in this country, and myself and the leader of opposition and senators, and 3 senators were there today, Cleveland, Alan, and Maziki. They were there today. And we were there representing for the youth cohort to make sure that they sign up for UE Visions. And me get for show off, because I call them my medical student from straight out of this office, Portland. And she show up and she register and she get her Google laptop from TikTok. Make no mistake, because we were going up there. And the level of investment that the diaspora and friends of the diaspora has for wanting people to win and buying into the vision. I'm telling you, let me show you this. Let me tell you, think of the unite of UE, what it feel like. Yeah, man. Proud Pelican here.
University of the West Indies. The best in the West, no, the best in the world, no, the best in the galaxy. Your place to rise and your place to shine and your place to be. So get ready to
Yeah, so again, I'm telling you, don't get it twisted. What it is to be uicated. What does orientation mean? How to, the first place me stop. I'm gonna tell people when your orientation continues tomorrow, stop at student finances. Many of you don't know, you see when you enter going into the University of the West Indies is like entering the gates of heaven. When you go there and you stop at student finances and you realize that the bursary can give a book grant and them tell you some $50,000, $100,000 book grant. But when you study medicine and you study law, you will get out $300,000 towards your book grant. Different from scholarships, different from grants for living, for traveling, for food. You will find student financing have care packages up there, The vision of Michael Manley, when them leased the University of the West Indies, all those lands in Mona Commons for $1 to the University of the West Indies, was so that our children would have a place to be educated. I am one of them, subsidized by the government, not as much as it should be, because we should have free education all the way up to the tertiary level. Because there's enough away bright. And I'm a beneficiary of the uification of Isaac Buchanan. That could be a whole album. You hear? So, Walking in Divine Purpose is unfortunately not here today. And if you're wondering why you're not seeing Rose is not feeling well either. Is that time of year, that time of month, why we have to take care of ourselves mentally, physically, spiritually. And we have to act on that, just making people know. And yeah, the Patriots was there, the PNPYO was there. And again, I've always said it, when the PNPYO and the Patriots come together as a hybrid, what you get is UE Visions. And UE Visions is the visions. That is where we're going. Youth vision everywhere, from high school to every university. We are out there, and I need you to know that every one of you, every youth in Jamaica can be better than me. And you can be lawyer and journalist and real estate agent, lawyer and doctor. Dr. Dayton Campbell, the Gen Sec of the PNP, he have a law degree and he's a doctor. And I know doctors who are also lawyers. It's 5 years for law, and 7 years for medicine. At 12 years out of your life, that. And the Bible said 70 years and 10. Make use of your life. Do the things you want to do, but exercise discernment. Know the difference between discernment and obligation. And like Lisa Hanna says, you can care, but you don't have to carry. There's just some things that you don't have to give your energy to. And I've learned that through discernment. So while it is that you may see on social media people disrespecting themselves because they're incapable of disrespecting me, I have never descended into the arena to be disrespected. Yeah, some of you have never seen me physically and up close and personal. So the disrespect is in your space where you are. And like my mother said when I was uneducated, go look your education and stop hype up yourself. Because when you walk through those gates, and I'm talking to the youth, and the education I'm referencing is to get the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding in an area, right? All of this is what you need to get. Somebody say, I thought your skin pretty. Yeah, my beard. Feels good to bathe, I showered. Yeah. And I'm putting that out there because whatever you are, whatever your specialist, because when I entered the cooking competition, I learned how to cook. And I made the meal more than once. And I hear say when me go into the competition, me burn up the sauce and I goodly chew it. But I learn for cook. So that's probably why. But knowing that to get it right, and it's something I said I would never do. So always be ready to enter into a new arena, and education is important so you can move from theory and get to another level. And we also have, I want to talk about this as well because it's very important. We have our night football league. Yes, but I have to say this though, not a single person who has disrespected me has a life I admire, and I think that says a lot. Not a single person who has disrespected me has a life that I admire. God has blessed me in extraordinary ways that if I had a book in the Bible, people would say amen. And I want people to understand, take the story and read the characters without personalizing it so that you can improve on your life. That is the mission in life, and I want people to understand that, right? Somebody send me something about Lady Whistledown, the Bridgerton Diaries. Anyway, yeah, so I just have to explain that to people, and we will put out the video because Reese was on the scene. But this weekend is the semi-finals this Sunday, and there's a whole heap of things going on all over Jamaica. But this Sunday there will be the semi-final match between Tower Hill and Snow Hill, and then Hartford and Haitians. A big man ball game that, may I tell you, however those matches end up, the road to the $1 million is hard work from here. And what I'm happy about is that at this stage, the first place is $1 million, the second place is $600,000, and the third place is $300,000. I think I said that. Yeah. And listen, if you come from Portland, you need to be at Carter Park. Somebody is going to win a car. Somebody, if my spirit, if me just walk up to you and I look at you and you look at me and you look at me and I look at you and my spirit tell me, say, you should have a car, be ready, because life equals time plus chance created. And I want to thank the sponsors, Jack Den, my brother Dennis Gordon, a great black man that has provided discounted medical services for discounted services for what they call it, for dialysis and many other medical treatment. I want to thank Sandals and the Sandals Foundation. I want to thank Smart Rum. I want to thank Rich Rum. Chris Gale, you drop Rich Rum right in the middle of the football competition. And you're here on the ground in Portland. For those of you, Rich Rum was promoting and the Rich Rum bus was all over Portland yesterday. Did you get yours? Let me know. I want to also thank Geotech. Yes, Geotech made sure every halftime with the whole heap of matches, whether it was Sunday, Thursday, and now Sundays only, every halftime, children got to win a tablet. Yes? Very, very, very important. If you're not hearing sound, it's not my fault. I don't know what to tell you. And I also want to thank our title sponsor. Yes? Hardware and Building Solutions Limited. This company has come and the football league is powered by them along with the other sponsors. DIB showed up. Big up you. That's a local company here and we work closely with them. Shout out to Mikey Bell. I want to say big up to the sponsors that I don't have to name, but you all made this possible. Pure water. People them couldn't do it without you. Them run up and down and them get pure water right here that has powered the entire league. pure water, them get bottles upon bottles upon bottles. And I am telling you that without the sponsors, without the private sector, this would not have been possible. And my team on the ground, respect to and big up Reese for excellent, excellent, excellent showmanship in terms of professionalism. Jess, big up yourself. Samantha, big up yourself. Toto, big up yourself. The PNPYO is on the ground and doing the work. Big up all the young people that come out. Boy, if we start big up, we need a whole show for the big up. But show up for the semifinals, and the finals will be epic. And tomorrow, and children, continue, because TikTok is listening to you know. They probably not listen to me, but when they come and ask for laptops and I see when they get it, big up Uno. That's what it is all about. And I will continue doing the advocacy for the people of Portland Eastern, whom I am responsible for as their member of parliament. I'm going to take the next 9 minutes to go out and see what the unpacking looks like right now as we are live. We're going to see if we can go back outside using the technology and do what we do, right? Blessings, you know. Right, so these are the desk and chairs coming out now. I hope that the rain don't fall. We're seeing teachers' chairs, office chairs, but the desk and chairs. And we have the baby desk and chairs that I'm telling about. For the little pick of them. Clarks for them here. See there them say Clarks drop to the Clarks, Lord. And this is salmon. This is the favorite thing that I know to cook. Pink salmon, okay? But this man tell you about, you know, right here. So desk and chairs. We're live. We're ready. Sitting in the desk and chairs. Feeling good about this, you know. Can't stop telling you, you know. The seats? Yeah, man. Me no in at the back of the class, you know. Never, never, never. We have subjects, I'm stay at the front of the class. But look, this is for the preschool, the little chair them. And we're gonna surprise one school right now that needs them, because we have to continue to provide the support for the youth of this country. And those are the things that has made me so excited. Because a 40-foot container filled with charity, supported, powered, shipped by TikTok and charity, the Ashley Foundation in California. That's what we're talking about, and I'm happy about that. So them just getting to the food, but the program gonna end. Chapalin is here, but albeit late, but them is there. And many, 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 many boxes. But those are the things we talk about, and I'm very happy, very very happy about that. As this is happening live, right here at the MP office. So containers are here to store the items, and I mean, the charity is live, and we are doing what we have to do, and we're very very happy about that. So I'll spend the last 6 minutes saying thank you while the persons watch. And if you're joining me from Reggae Global Radio, the diaspora, this could not have happened without you. Special thank you to TikTok, because when I thought that I was gonna lose this container because of the delay in clearing the container, I did the TikTok marathon, and I complained and you answered. My gifters, big up my brother, because your gifters also, Zambo, your gifters showed up, man. From Pilar to everybody, and it's here. I'm not gonna stop saying it because I'm compelled to say it. Shout out to um, the Minister of Education and Information. You showed a lot of professionalisms and extended courtesies that you didn't have to extend, and this container was cleared as soon as you intervened. And I can only say I could do a whole show of the bad experience with dealing with trying to give charity to persons and how delay clogs, fetters, lack of urgency um takes place at the wharf. I feel sometimes like I'm so slighted by it, but look at God. It happened when it is supposed to happen. It happened in the middle of a critique about idleness and time wasting on TikTok, not knowing that you meet the people where they are so that you can serve the people. And as a opposition member of parliament, I encourage my colleagues to find ways to honestly get the charity to the people as best as we can. There are many persons out there in the world that want to help. They want to help people, and that's what we're doing. As you can see, really, really, truly excited about the desk and chairs. And this is just the start of it, because the true shipment, 450 desk and chairs for Fair Prospect High School and an additional 200 for a prep school is what I am going to be bringing to Portland. You see, that's why when you have these things, the round tables, two good round tables that I'm going to surprise a preschool with. Um, and it's there. It's just, it's a part of life in terms of how these things go. We get charity wherever they are, we receive it, and we're grateful for it. And those are the conversations that we constantly have to be having, and we do it that way. So you would have seen. I think they get to the food items. I'm seeing clothing items, and I'm like, wow. I'm seeing some very interesting things. School supplies. Highlight the school supplies because that's for fellowship divisions. So we need to look at them tonight. And the school supplies, as I said, I'm gonna do a back to school. As long as I can sort out and identify what the back to school items are for the fellowship division. And I'm being very, very exacting to say that the school supplies in this container is all for the fellowship division. And I see them they're coming out now. And I'm going to pack my van and head up to the Windsor Primary after Samantha gets the permission and we find the date for the back to school before September. And I encourage the parents to bring your kids in the fellowship division to the Windsor Primary while we sort out the items in here for the bags and the school items, books and pencils and stuff for fellowship division. And each one, textbooks are in there and all of that. I want to see the bags because I know there are some items in here, that Kevin Hart we get from Kevin Hart. You know Kevin Hart, the short man? Anyway, that's context matters to you. We're at the top of the hour, and I want to say thanks for watching, thanks for listening. This was a breaking news moment because we're right here in Portland. Anyways, God on time just passed. Cartel, big up yourself. Them just happen to be playing that. God on time is it? Yeah. So again, that is that. That's what we're doing. And many more things to come. But thanks for watching. Context matters. Is many things. We have whole heap of things to do, man. Excited fellowship. You were not left out. We're coming. We are coming. The back to school items are here in that 40-foot container, and they are all for you. Fellowship division. Manchineel had their back to school, and there were persons from Fairy Hill division that participated, and we're spreading it out. I know that Port Antonio had theirs through the Lion Club and Prospect Division. They had the back to school medical and back to school fair. And we are working it out, man. But this is my first year, and before September 18th, which is when I was sworn in as a member of Parliament officially, I will present my report card for the people of Portland to decide whether I am doing the work or not. And only going to hear me complain about the medical mission with the beds, wheelchairs, medical supplies, in particular, two type of bed, but I'm not ready to talk about that. Very excited because, listen, we're building back Portland better than before. We're improving spaces that nobody thought of. We're improving the lives of people in a way. Resilience is an understatement. Change and elevation is the order of the day. Education is the mandate as the youth spokesperson for the opposition and human rights. With teaching and learning, reintroducing humanity into the space that is Portland and taking it all across Jamaica. Thank you for listening, and see you guys next week.
It took some time to understand, yeah, just what it takes to be a man. Now it seems each day you learn something to make a better way. Growing up ain't just a phase, it's reality. And sometimes it's hard to face the world with your head screwed on. But in time you will see it comes naturally, like the hurt and the pain. It's a part of the game. It's all a part of life, to laugh and to cry. That's right, it's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep it straight. No time for living a lie. Gotta keep it moving till you get it right. That's right, it's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep it straight. No time to be living a lie. You can make it if you try. You know I heard them say life much better you live it your own way. But if you need a helping hand, just call on me, I will be your friend. And when it gets hard to face the world with your head screwed on, just tell yourself you can. And that's when you'll understand that the hurt and the pain, it's a part of the game. It's all a part of life, to laugh and to cry. That's right, it's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep it straight. No time for living a lie. Gotta keep it moving till you get it right. That's right, it's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep it straight. No time to be living a lie. You can make it if you try. You gotta keep on moving on. Don't let no one stand in your way. Gotta keep on pressing on. As we pray for better days, keep it moving to the next. When they try to bring you down, we gotta take it to the next level when they come around. That's right, it's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep your stride. No time for living a lie. Gotta keep it moving till you get it right. That's right, it's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep your stride. No time to be living a lie. You can make it if you try. Just keep your head up, yeah. Just keep your head up, yeah. Gotta keep your head up, yeah. Cause everything's gonna be alright. Keep your head up. Keep your head up. Keep your head up. Cause everything